The Houston Texans just flipped the entire AFC South conversation in a single afternoon. A team that looked lost through the first 3 weeks suddenly walked off the field looking like a contender. Fans expected another grind of mistakes and close calls, but what they got instead was a 26-0 shutout that sent a jolt through the stadium. It felt like watching a new version of Houston, a version that could finally match the energy and promise that had been brewing since training camp. What makes this so shocking is not just the score, but how complete it looked. Every unit that had been questioned answered with force. The offense moved with rhythm, the defense suffocated everything in its path, and special teams played clean. This was not survival football. This was control. You could see it in the way the players carried themselves, as if the switch had finally flipped. For a franchise that had been craving momentum, this was the kind of win that can change a season. But the biggest headline is not just the shutout. It is the way Houston finally found its identity on offense. After weeks of inconsistency, the Texans leaned into a plan that worked, and for the first time it felt like they had a blueprint worth believing in. So how did this attack suddenly come alive, and why might this be the turning point for the entire season? But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Texans and all the NFL content. Can we get 200 likes on this video? The Houston Texans offense stopped reacting and started controlling the field. Drives stayed alive because the sticks kept moving, with 9 of 18 on third down turning stress plays into momentum plays. Trips inside the 20 finally paid off, a perfect 2-for-2 that replaced empty yards with points. The shift was simple to see and hard to defend, and it forced Tennessee to play on Houston time. Everything flowed from the ground. Houston stacked 129 rushing yards, then used screens, boots, and play action to punish over-aggressive eyes. On play action, CJ Stroud went 4 of 5 for a touchdown and almost 50 through the air, a clear sign that the calls matched what the defense gave. No turnovers, cleaner protection, and smarter sequencing produced long, steady marches that squeezed the clock. But here is the twist that makes this real. The plan only works if the quarterback reads it fast and trusts it. Stroud took charge at the line, checked into the right concepts, and unlocked easy throws that looked anything but easy to cover. If this is the new standard, then the next question writes itself. What changed inside CJ Stroud to flip that switch so decisively? CJ Stroud's performance was more than just clean numbers. It was about control. He went 22 of 28 for 233 yards and 2 touchdowns. But the true story was in how he dictated tempo at the line of scrimmage. Recognizing coverages, shifting protections, and signaling adjustments showed a second-year quarterback who looked like a seasoned field general. That ability to anticipate and adapt gave Houston an edge they had lacked all year. What stood out was how Stroud turned potential setbacks into statements. After missing Dalton Schultz on a seam route, he regrouped and later connected with rookie Jaden Higgins for a touchdown, reading man coverage and calling the exact concept to beat it. Those kinds of decisions reflect a quarterback not just executing a script, but writing it in real time. Each adjustment carried the confidence of someone who knows the offense is his to run. The value of this growth goes beyond one game. Houston has struggled with stalled drives and wasted red zone trips, but with Stroud steering, the margin for error shrinks. His ability to recognize and exploit defenses unlocks every piece of the playbook. And that sets the stage for the defense to do what it does best, take over games with relentless pressure. The Houston Texans defense turned the field into a tight corridor and kept pushing the Titans back. Every snap felt faster, every window felt smaller, and the mood inside the stadium shifted from nervous to certain. This was not bend and pray. This was take control, force the pace, and make the other side play hurry up on every decision. Pressure arrived from all angles and the coverage answered. Derek Stingley Jr. jumped a throw for a timely pick, and the front kept hands in passing lanes so rushed reads turned into empty series. Cam Ward finished at 10 of 26 for 108 yards with 1 interception, while Calvin Ridley was held to quiet moments and rookie Alec Ayomanor found little space. When the rush and the secondary moved as one, Tennessee ran out of options. Here is what that really means for Houston. A defense that attacks this clean gives the offense time to set the rhythm it wants, not the rhythm it fears. And once that rhythm took hold, 2 fresh faces on offense changed the entire feel of the game. The next question is simple. Which rookies tilted the field and why did it look so natural the moment they touched the ball? Rookie Woody Marks turned steady yards into real danger. He carried the ball with balance and pop, finishing at 17 carries for 69 yards and a rushing score, then added juice through the air with 4 catches for 50 yards and another touchdown. The moment he touched the screen game, drives felt lighter and the defense started guessing. He did not just fill a role, he lifted the whole tempo. Rookie Jaden Higgins made his snap count matter. 1 target, 1 strike. A 24-yard touchdown after CJ Stroud checked into the right concept. It hinted at a big play target waiting to grow. Up front, rookie Ariante Ursary settled in and kept his feet under him, limiting mistakes and helping the pocket feel calmer as the game wore on. That combination of young legs and clean reps gave the offense fresh rhythm. This is the kind of spark that can carry into a tough week. The rookies brought speed, toughness, and answers the Texans needed. Now comes the next question that decides how far this can go. Can Houston sharpen the rough edges that still showed up in key spots and fix them before a stronger opponent forces them into the spotlight? For all the joy of a shutout, the cracks were still there. The Texans piled up 6 penalties for 50 yards, and a few of them killed promising drives. Discipline has been a problem all season, and while this was better than weeks before, it showed how quickly momentum can flip when flags appear. Against stronger teams, those mistakes are often the difference between celebrating or walking off quiet. The offensive line had its shaky stretches as well. Stroud was sacked twice, but the hits he took told a bigger story. Jeffrey Simmons repeatedly pushed through the interior, forcing hurried throws in uncomfortable pockets. Stroud stood tall and delivered late, but no franchise wants their quarterback grimacing after nearly every drive. Protection remains an urgent issue that cannot hide behind one win. Even the run defense had moments of concern. Tennessee averaged 4.6 yards per carry before the scoreboard forced them to abandon the ground game. Better opponents will not be so quick to leave the run behind. The Texans proved they can build off rookie sparks and clean football, but lingering flaws leave a question hanging. Can they tighten these details before Baltimore exposes them? The Texans needed someone to flip their story, and rookies delivered. Woody Marks carried the load with 17 rushes for 69 yards and a touchdown, plus he added 4 receptions for 50 yards and another score. His balance of speed, toughness, and versatility finally gave Houston a weapon who could keep drives alive. Jaden Higgins also made his presence felt, hauling in his first career touchdown on a 24-yard grab that sparked belief in the passing game. These were not just empty stats, they were momentum-shifting plays from players still in their first year. The timing of this rookie surge matters. For 3 weeks, fans wondered why Marks and Higgins weren't being used more. Their breakout against Tennessee felt like the coaching staff finally recognized what was sitting on the bench. Every touch showed confidence growing, and every gain hinted that Houston may have found key building blocks for the future. For a franchise searching for long-term offensive answers, this game offered a glimpse of what could be. Now the focus shifts to consistency. Can Marks carry this energy into Baltimore? Can Higgins earn more snaps and prove he's more than a one-play spark? If these rookies rise week by week, Houston's entire identity may change faster than anyone expected. This victory was about more than the final numbers on the scoreboard. The Texans had been walking a fine line all season, teetering toward frustration with every mistake. Shutting out Tennessee at home did more than protect pride, it steadied a season that was in danger of sliding out of reach. Falling to 0-4 would have left little room for recovery. But now at 1-3, Houston has a spark of belief to build on. What made the moment powerful was how complete it felt. The offense showed rhythm, the defense dominated, and the rookies proved they can be trusted when the game is on the line. For the first time this year, both sides of the ball played in sync, turning pressure into points and points into confidence. That balance had been missing, and now Houston finally showed what happens when it all comes together. Still, the weight of this win is in what it represents, not just what it achieved. It was proof that clean football and a balanced plan can change everything. But the bigger challenge waits on the horizon. Can the Texans carry this standard into Baltimore and prove it was no fluke?